Hey guys, it's Kristina here, and I thought I would film a reaction video for you. This is another 90 Day Fiance video. If you guys like videos that I make like this on the topic, then please give this video a big thumbs up and also comment down below if you have any other videos that you want me to film or react to, and I will try my best to get through them. Also, you can send them to me on Instagram. My DMs are open, so you can just send them there. And yeah, also make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you know every time I post a new video. And make sure to follow me on all my social medias. They'll be linked down below. And yeah, let's just get right into it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Film Focus. 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After is one of the popular spin-offs of TLC's show 90 Day Fiance. Premiering in 2016, Happily Ever After follows the next stage of the journey for the franchise's more memorable couples. But while fans may think they know all about the show, there's a lot to. Number 11. Proud Parents. Some couples have fulfilled the promise of the show's title, and as of 2020, 4 of them have taken the next step by welcoming babies into the world. As noted by TV Insider, Russ and Paula Mayfield, Brett Otto and Dea D'Arce, Melanie Bowers and Devar Walters, and Elizabeth Potthast and Andre Castreve all have children. Castreve couldn't wait to dish to parade about being a first-time dad, saying, "Being parents is the most amazing thing, like one more reason to live. Because when you look at the child, it's just like, this is what you live for right now. So, that's cool." In October 2019, another of the show's couples revealed they'd be welcoming a new addition to their family, Lauren and Alexei Brovenik. Before the baby's birth in April 2020, Lauren told US Weekly, "It's a surreal moment in our lives. For me, I see a lot of people I know announcing their own exciting news, and now it's our turn. I'm excited, terrified, over the moon, nervous, and so much more. Alex is hands down the best partner I could have asked for during this time."
Wow, so a lot of them actually worked out. They have families now. That's actually really cool. That's 5, I think, because they added one more after that. Wow, congrats to them.
Number 10. The cast aren't all friends.
That's not surprising.
Usually the fights viewers see on 90 Day Fiancé happen between the couples, but while taping one of the show's tell-all season finale specials, Chantel Everett and Colt Johnson, who are each half of a different couple, got into an altercation between the scenes. While the members of the cast hung out in a dressing room before the taping, Everett asked Johnson if he was happier without Larissa Don Santos Lima in his life, since the couple had ultimately split. His response was sarcastic, saying, "Oh yeah, I'm totally happy. I love going through a divorce. I love going through the stress and drama." A heated divorce-related argument ensued, with Everett remarking that Johnson seemed to love his mum more than he did his ex-wife, which prompted him to tell her to please shut the F up. Everett continued to berate Johnson about his love for his mother overshadowing the love for his wife, causing him to respond with what it seems like Pedro is always thinking, "Chantel, you don't know? So, keep your mouth shut." Pedro ended up having to pull his furious wife away and out of the room so everyone could calm down before taping resumed.
Wow, that was a lot to unpack. Okay, so many names. I do remember them from, well, the guy and the girl that were fighting. I do remember them from the other 90 Day Fiancé video. They were separate couples. I believe he was the one who didn't get his girlfriend or fiance or whatever flowers. And I mean, he's not wrong. Like, why would you do you expect them to be happy? And like, it's great. Like, I'm sure they obviously had feelings for each other, or at least he had feelings for her, from what I could kind of understand from the video from last time. So obviously it's a difficult thing. You don't go and ask someone that. That's just not, it's out of pocket, and he had every right to defend himself. That's my take. And she seems like a very heated person, like generally, like naturally heated person, like very aggressive. So I'm not surprised that it turned that way. Not defending him or anything, it just seemed that way when it came to the 2 of them in the room. He seems very pushy, like not pushy, but like he seems like a pushover.
Number 9. Toxic Fandom. Russ and Paula Mayfield are one of the franchise's success stories, still happily married years after their first appearance on 90 Day Fiancé. While the couple is still going strong and in 2019 welcomed their first child together, they admitted their road to happiness has not been without obstacles. Perhaps the biggest, the 2 admitted, was being filmed for a reality show in the first place. Paula told Fox News, "At the beginning, for me, it was really hard. My English was really bad, so I needed to ask my husband what these people were saying about me. Now this is my 5th season. It's like no matter what you do, people are going to talk bad or good and you just have to deal with it. You can be the best version of yourself, but some people are not going to agree with that. For us, the secret is simply to avoid social media as much as possible because, quote, it really is distracting because you get engulfed in it.
And honestly, I agree with them. Congrats on success, you know? And it's true, like, I'm glad that some of them realize that, like, filming yourself is a lot. Filming and putting it on reality TV is a lot for people to watch. And obviously, everyone has opinion. I'm on here giving my opinion on things and my honest reaction to things. But at the end of the day, we all don't know what the other person is going through or what that couple is going through. And everyone that knows about reality TV, everyone, especially people that don't like it, they're going to, you know, they have that knowledge of a lot of it is set up, a lot of it is edited to look a certain way. As people that film on YouTube, people that make videos on YouTube, like creators itself, you know that editing can make you look one way, or editing can make someone else that you're filming look a certain way. So it's all with a grain of salt with reality TV. Competition shows even.
Number 8. It's brutally honest. Ashley Martin met Jay Smith while vacationing in Jamaica, and their romance and subsequent engagement were chronicled in 90 Day Fiance. In an episode of Happily Ever After, however, their relationship took a nosedive when Marston learned that Smith had been cheating on her. Marston did not take it well. In fact, when she confronted him about the indiscretion after recently learning about it herself, Marston yelled at Smith, "You're a piece of effing That's what you are. I hope you know that. I hope your shrivels off and you effing rot in hell and you die." Clearly defeated Smith didn't exactly smooth things over when, while discussing his cheating, he asked her, quote, "Whose fault is that?" She immediately began to see red and threw him out of the house. Directly after, she called the police to report an altercation and have him removed from her property entirely. Still incredibly angry and hurt, she wasted no time in spilling the beans of his illegal immigrant status to authorities, as their fiancé visa had expired and she hadn't gotten around to renewing it. Directly following the incident, she said, "Our marriage is over," later claiming to In Touch that Smith had cheated on her with not one, but a total of 6 different women.
Wow. Okay, so cheating in my book is like pretty much I'm cutting you off from my life, not just, you know, certain situations. Life. Like, I don't want to see your face. I'm gonna block you on everything. I don't want to see your face ever again. The whole ice thing is a little too much. Just a smidge too much, but I don't blame her. And I mean, for him to say whose fault is it, it's your fault and those girls, you know. So I don't know if the girls knew about her, but it takes 2 to tango, and in his case 2 is not even enough. It's 7, him and 6 other women. Like, I don't blame her for the way she acted. I'm not like someone that would yell. I'm more of like very silent, and I'm very quiet and monotone when I'm upset. So that's scarier. Just being honest. I've been told that's scarier. And yeah, I'm glad she stood her ground though.
Number 7. Trouble in Paradise. Not all the couples on the show ended up unhappy, but that doesn't mean there weren't still complications. Take Nicole Nafziger and Morocco-born Azan Tefou, whose 90-Day Fiancé story continued in Happily Ever After. Nafziger's situation was complicated by the fact that she has a young daughter that her long-distance relationship also affected, and skeptical parents who were convinced Tefou was using her to get a green card. In Happily Ever After, Nafziger traveled to Morocco to marry Tefou, and they wound up cancelling the wedding twice. Fans have been questioning their relationship ever since, but Nafziger continues to confirm their couple status in a recent Instagram post, writing, "So happy to finally be with my love again." According to In Touch, she explained she cancelled the wedding because there was, quote, "too much pressure and not enough time or money." She wrote, "You can't rush this kind of stuff. You should do it in the right moment, and it wasn't the right moment yet."
I mean, I've seen them again. I've seen this couple on the last video that we watched. She seemed more in love with him than he did of her. So I can understand her parents being like, "You're only using our daughter for, you know, getting a green card," which is, let's be honest, it's the underlying thing going on in the show. But, you know, if they are happy, that's that. But when it comes to couples like this, like where the other person is like out of the country and it's being forced because it's 90 days, whether it's on a show or not, it seems like there's a power dynamic and there's a sort of issue of is it true, or is it like, are these feelings real, or is it you just want to advance into coming to America because you don't want to live where you're from anymore? You know, there would always be that thing in the back of your head, just in my opinion.
Number 6. It's not always a happy ending. Speaking of Danielle and Mohammed's tumultuous relationship throughout the first season, well, we hate to be the ones to tell you that it didn't end well. But if you watched the show, you probably could have guessed that on your own. Happily Ever After chronicled their quickly unraveling marriage, which ended when Jabali, who is significantly younger than Mullins, walked out on her just 2 months after receiving his green card. Their separation led to a legal battle, with Mullins' attempts at having the marriage annulled and her ex deported proving ultimately unsuccessful. The couple finally ended things for good and divorced in 2017. She told E! News, "I felt used, so I filed for an annulment. That was my best chance to get him deported, but when he begged me to file for a divorce instead, I gave in so he could stay in America." In a 2019 update, Mullins told In Touch that she now had a new man in her life, although this time she's not jumping into marriage right away. We're happy to hear she's found love again.
Okay, this is proof. I remember this part. She was the crazy lady screaming that he used her. Yeah, I was right. It was literally for a green card. I mean, literally, come on now. Like, the amount of evidence to prove that it was just for a green card is out there. He convinced her not to file for an annulment, which means that he would have to go back to wherever the country that he was born and that he has citizenship, wherever that is. And the whole, like, her being older than him. I know there are a lot of couples, great couples like that. Personally, when it's that big of a gap, it makes me slightly uncomfortable, just a little bit. So yeah, and it makes me, I'm very sus to a lot of things, so that made me sus.
Number 5. The guiltiest pleasure. Toronto Sun TV writer Rita De Montis admitted that 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After was her favorite guilty pleasure, and she detailed why fans came to love the show as much as she does, writing, "It has everything: sex, insinuations, jealousy, and someone who smells. Couples arguing, making up, making out, marking up their significant other's cars. It's cringeworthy and delicious at the same time." She singled out Danielle Mullins and Mohammed Jabali, writing that viewers see the whole mess unraveling right before your eyes, with tears and character assassinations, and Mohammed revealing for all to hear that he couldn't make love to his wife because she smelled. Initially, everyone booed for Mohammed as a heartless piece of work who used Danielle to get into the US legally. Did he marry for the green card? Who cares? He's put up with a sniveling stalker who's harassed him with hundreds of emails and calls, followed him across the country, called all his friends, and threw stuff at him.
Oh, I had no idea he went through that. Okay, I mean, it equals out. Like, if we're being honest, that equals out if that's all true. Wow, okay. Also, it's cringe, but you have to be a certain level of, I don't want to say dumb, because there are certain reality shows that are more interesting, but you just have to have a certain level of interest to watch a show like this, personally speaking.
Number 4. Minimum wage. Some of the couples who appear on 90 Day Fiancé manage to attain a certain level of celebrity, but they sure don't get the money you might expect to come with that status. That came to light when several members of the cast launched GoFundMe pages and began charging fans for video messages. One such cast member was Danielle Mullins, whose own GoFundMe money-raising effort has since been deactivated after raising only slightly more than $650 total. The stars have reportedly taken to GoFundMe because, as a source revealed to Radar Online, 90 Day Fiancé only pays members of its cast $1,000 to $1,500 per episode. Those who make the cut and are asked to return for Happily Ever After will see a salary increase, although the source said the pay for those couples, quote, doesn't go up much more. However, that pay doesn't even hold true for the foreign men and women visiting the US on K-1 visas, the source added.
Wow, so I wasn't expecting some crazy amount like the Kardashians or something, but it's interesting to see, like, I mean, obviously they're putting their lives on hold because they can't go to work and film for the TV show, so that kind of compensates. But think about it this way, it's like, what, 12, I don't know how many episodes in a season, but like, maybe, let me see, I should Google that. I'm gonna Google that right now. 90 Day. Okay, there's like 20 episodes, like, about. That's only $20,000, and that's not even, you know, gonna compensate for some of their work, maybe. Who knows how much they make at work. So to hear that is kind of crazy.
Number 3. under a microscope. Even though Chantal and Pedro are veterans to the 90 Day Fiancé family with a show of their own, they still admit that living while the cameras rolled wasn't easy. Everett spoke to E! News about the couple's struggles, saying, "It's hard to be vulnerable under the public eye. You feel like you're in a fishbowl, but after a while you forget the cameras are there." Everett also shared why she went on the show and what she's learned. "I really want to be a part of the show because I wanted to show everybody how perfect I thought my relationship was." She went on to reflect on her own relationship after her experience on Happily Ever After.
Okay, that just sounds so egotistical. First off, I feel like, okay, now this might be cynical of me, it might be harsh, what I'm about to say, but I feel like I'm not the only one with that opinion, because I know I'm not the only one with that opinion. It's pretty much talked about a lot. But if you are willing to put your life in front of the whole world or a country, depending on what channel, program, whatever, you should know by now that there's going to be criticism. There's going to be people that see it. There's going to be editors that make it look a certain way. And the fact that she thinks she has a perfect relationship, sweetheart, there's no one on the planet with the perfect relationship. No one. Like, no one, okay? It's work. Relationships are work. Relationships are time consuming, and commitment it takes a lot for that. So the fact that she wanted to show people that her relationship's perfect, you shouldn't care to show your relationship to the public eye, because it's between you and that person, first off. But if you're in this and that's your reason, it sounds very like, look at me, like, it's not cute.
Number 2, Fight to the Top. The series is so popular that even its spin-offs have spin-offs. Such is the case with Chantal Everett and Pedro Jimeno, whose antics were so popular during their 90 Day Fiancé run that fans demanded more. Now, bad behavior is typically frowned upon, unless you're the star of a reality TV series. Then it's often encouraged and even rewarded. And that's exactly what played out with Chantal and Pedro. During an episode where they attended a family dinner, it actually became so heated that a brawl broke out right at the table. As the New York Times pointed out in an article about the 90 Day Fiancé franchise, that scuffle earned its participants their own spin-off. The Family Chantal premiered in July 2019. While announcing news of The Family Chantal, TLC President and General Manager Howard Lee said, "This is an awesome moment for TLC, as we create a family show based on one of our most popular 90-day couples and on a whole new night. Our fans can't get enough of Pedro, Chantal, and their larger-than-life families. For a brand known as the destination for love, relationships, and family shows, The Family Chantal hits the bullseye."
Okay, I now know that her family is crazy. I remember seeing I feel like she swerved a hug from someone. I don't know if it was, but I do remember that woman. They didn't say her name, but I'll put her image somewhere on the screen. I do remember her swerving a hug, so there was that, and I'm not surprised that her family's crazy, because now I remember from the last video and this video. Doesn't surprise me. Hey, number one!
Spread the love. Ratings for the first season of 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After were strong, which led TLC to hatch some big plans. As The Wrap reported in 2016, the cable channel renewed the spin-off for a second season.
Okay, I had to pause it. Why is it that when they make out, like when couples on this show make out, it makes me so uncomfortable? Like physically uncomfortable? I just had to say that. I don't know why.
And that wasn't all. With one spin-off already a confirmed hit, TLC launched another one, Before the 90 Days, focusing on couples in similar circumstances, with the twist being that these long-distance lovers have only ever communicated online and haven't yet met face to face. According to the Wrap's report, ratings for Happily Ever After were the same as the original 90 Day Fiancé, with each show averaging 1.6 million viewers that season. In fact, the week the Wrap's report came out, the two shows resulted in TLC's highest-rated Sunday primetime of the year among women 18 to 49 and 18 to 34. Ratings for Happily Ever After and the other 90 Day Fiancé shows just kept on growing. In 2018, TLC announced it was renewing all of its various 90 Day Fiancé shows, which had grown to also include 90 Day Fiancé What Now?
Okay, that was number one. Okay, so obviously I'm not their demographic, unless it's in the format of this, which is constructive criticism and reactions. But yeah, I mean, they're successful in it, so that's cool. It's just not my cup of tea other than doing it in this. Alright, so that is it for this video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up, and also make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you know every time I post a new video. And make sure to follow me on all my social medias. They'll be linked down below, or they probably popped up on the screen somewhere in this video. Also, comment down below if you have any suggestions and any videos you want me to react to. I will happily do that for you. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!